Alright, just picking up on this sculpt of Raphael of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You can see at this point I'm adding some toes using the insert mesh brush and just the Q cube there. I had the knee pads as part of the same subtool, so I had to split those so they wouldn't be fused to the skin of the turtle. And then it's just a matter of using clay buildup and the move brush to move the toes around and sculpt them, using masking as well to isolate the individual toes. And then just jumping into the hands, get kind of a hint of where those fingers and thumb go, and onto the bandana mask. At this point I've just divided it a few more times, dynameshed it, and now sculpting in some general folds. Now eventually I'm going to ZBrush this, but I want to give the ZBrusher something to aim for. Using masking, I'm able to move the eyes around. You might think, oh, there's a better way than just sketching that in with the damn standard brush, but it's all about kind of a sketch at this point, laying out those eyes and the positioning. And then onto the chest plate of the turtle shell. Just looking at my reference, sculpting in some pectoral muscle looking stuff as well as some abs, even though that's not really what's going on with the turtle shell there. It just makes the character look a little tougher in my opinion. This is my own take on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right? So what I want, so can you, right? And again, eventually I'll ZBrush that as well. And then might as well jump on over to the back shell. And if you'll notice, I like to work low poly initially to get those big general shapes and curve, because that keeps things smoother and you don't get a bunch of bumps and imperfections in your sculpts that way. Something that took me a long time to figure out. Eventually I would just work super high res and try to use smooth things out, but that is not the way to go. Now we're just sketching in some, I don't know, scales, is that what they're called, or general turtle shape, kind of reminiscent of a soccer ball or something. And again, eventually I'll ZBrush this to smooth things out and have better topology, but right now we're just dealing with overall forms and proportion. And I like to jump around different parts of the model to keep it progressing at the same speed. Now throwing in some teeth there, you can see I've just popped in a cube, subdivided it, and now I'm using the bend feature on the 3D gizmo. And if you have questions on how to do some of this stuff, obviously you can slow down this video and kind of watch my steps, but check out my work D&D minifigure. I take things a little slower and talk through a lot of these same steps, but I thought, let's do a quicker series of videos this time where you, as a maybe intermediate user or someone who just used ZBrush differently over the years, you can see enough to kind of see what kind of tools I'm using and what my process is. Not because I've got it all figured out, but because we all can learn from each other, right? I love seeing different people's approaches, and we get to adapt or steal some of those techniques to our own and continue to grow and get better. Now sculpting in the mask a little bit more, and it's fairly high res, and I'm putting in more detail than is probably necessary, but I kind of want to see how this is ultimately going to look before I Z-remesh it. And this might be a duplication of effort, but it's also part of my process and kind of fun. But here shortly I will Z-remesh it, and you'll see how a lot of that detail will get lost, but the general forms and topology will be there. That'll make it even cleaner later. Now jumping over to the belt buckle, sliced off those edges using that bend technique again. And as I was doing this, I'm like, should I have bent this at this time, or should I have added the R first and then bent it? But whatever, we can always redo things. Now it's just a matter of going through and adding some of the individual pieces that I haven't added yet. The belt, the shoulder straps, those kinds of things, so that when I go to pose the character here shortly, before I put in real detail, I'll have all of the elements there. And then finally, just sculpting in a little bit more detail to the mask, and that's all we've got for part 2. So stay tuned for part 3. Feel free to, or please, drop me a comment or two. Let me know if this is something you're enjoying. I went ahead and made this video 4K. I don't know why I did the last one as 2K or HD, but let me know if you have a preference. And then finally, if you find this valuable, give us a like, and more importantly, give us a subscribe. Trying to get those sub numbers up so that we can offer more of this stuff in the future. Take care.